It really is interesting too that the church leadership, and in particular Joseph, if this was some sort of cultic delusion, it seems very strange that those who were devout enough to give of their substance and their, completely to the church, that then they would essentially receive it all back. And
yeah,
that, frankly,
worst cult ever that finally gets you to hand stuff over and then they give it back to you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when have you seen that with any other cult where, yeah, the idea of giving over your property, like on the surface, I understand how a non-member or,
someone
one who is not devoted,
this very deeply.
Yeah, they would look at it on the surface like, oh, they deeded their property over to the church. Like, yeah, straight cult behavior. But then when you start looking into the specifics and the nuance and how it was actually administered, you're like, wait, this doesn't really make sense. I mean, you look at cults that have existed over the last 70 years in America, and man, once the leadership gets their hands on your property, which you're almost always asked to give up, it never gets relinquished. Like, it never gets let go of. It's like, once again, another example of, this idea that I understand how it could be easily misinterpreted when you just look at it very superficially. But then when you look at the details, you realize, no, there really is something more going on here. Now, obviously that logic and reasoning doesn't convert anybody. I'm not suggesting that it would at all, but it does. It benefits us as members of the church to understand these concepts and principles to a greater degree, because the opportunities are going to come up. There are people all the time, whether it's on podcasts or shows or wherever, and the church comes up more and more. And there are very, quick assumptions and superficial talking points that happen around the church. And a lot of that we might be able to mitigate if we ourselves better understand how some of these things were being administered and why they were being administered. And
it's building a sure foundation that if questions come up we haven't thought about, it doesn't confuse us, or it doesn't...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a similar misconceptions that can happen. It's like, oh, like the United Order or like Law of Consecration is like communistic in nature. It's like very, very far from it. Like I was saying, the church is not in the business at all of trying to manage individual interests and economies or industry. Like what the church was doing here is saying, okay, we need a printing press. Okay, Brother Phelps, you're in charge of the printing press. It's yours in your name. Like, you do it.
Good luck.
Like, we have a covenant relationship. Like, you know what to do. Be true and faithful, but it's yours. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just a way of creating organization in a free market, but it's not it's not capitalistic per se, but there is free market principles happening here. But it's in this covenant relationship where things happen without coercion. So there's not a tax. Yes, there may be tithing, but you're not forced to pay it.
Yeah.
Right? So yes, the church is administering assets, but it's deeding it over. It's not central ownership. So it's kind of this like it's extremely visionary model of society that kind of takes maybe the perceived benefits of kind of both open and closed societies, and it merges it perfectly under covenant making, like covenant keeping.
Yeah.
And what's amazing, and I guess I could say what's miraculous, is that under the structure of the true priesthood, it actually works. That's the miracle. Like in the hands of any false priesthood or government, it could not work. It would not work. Only in the spirit of truth and within the true kingdom of God, the real government, can this work. Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.